My name is Ken Lee, and I'm an environmental and energy economist and the director of the Air Quality Life Index at the University of Chicago. I first became interested in air pollution when I moved with my family to New Delhi several years ago. It was a time when Delhi was facing some of the highest levels of air pollution in the world. On some days, the pollution was so bad that you couldn't even see buildings that were just 100 meters away. As a parent of a young child, I was worried about the effect of pollution on my child's health and his development. And as I learned more about the issue, I became fascinated with the problem and what we could do to fix it. So when we hear about these kinds of pollution levels, it is often unclear what impact does this pollution have on our health and on our life expectancy. To answer this question, our team at the Energy Policy Institute at the University of Chicago created the AQLI, the Air Quality Life Index. The AQLI is a website that combines hyperlocal satellite data on particulate pollution concentrations from around the world with causal research looking at the impact of long-term exposure to air pollution on life expectancy. So in our view, raising public awareness and demand for clean air is the key to tackling this problem. I think the COVID-19 pandemic has brought this issue of public health to the forefront in a way that it has never been before. So to make this issue get more attention, I think we need to invest in more data. So to give you a couple examples, in the 1960s, Los Angeles was widely known around the world as the smog capital of the world. Now, around that time, awareness of air pollution began to rise, and people started to demand change. In 1970, millions of people across the United States ended up marching to demand a cleaner environment. It was the world's first Earth Day. And because of that, a few months later, the US Congress passed a landmark update to the US Clean Air Act. And so this was legislation that basically established a new set of air quality standards. And since 1970, what we've seen in the US is an incredible transformation and improvement. Air quality levels across the country have declined substantially between 1970 and today. In Los Angeles, this decline has been roughly 60%. And the people in these communities are living longer and healthier lives as a result. Now, there's another example as well, a bit of a more recent example, and that is China. In the 2000s, China began building a reputation for being one of the most polluted countries in the world, and public concern about air pollution also began to rise. In 2013, China was experiencing some of its worst air quality in its modern history. In fact, in 2013, Beijing's average PM 2.5 concentration was about 69 micrograms per cubic meter. This is based on satellite data. And that is remarkably the same level that Jakarta is today. So China is a very, very good example. Beijing is a very good example for Jakarta. Now, in response to the growing public concern about air pollution, the Chinese government declared a war on pollution in early 2014. And they ended up committing hundreds of billions of dollars to tackle the problem. They set bold reduction targets for target regions. They incentivized political and local government officials, basically by making sure that their promotions were dependent not just on the economic development of their districts, but also on the air quality. Air pollution is a problem that we can solve. When people become aware, they begin to demand change. And if governments respond with strong and appropriate policy measures, pollution levels eventually come down. Hello, Indonesia. I'm Ken Lee. I'm the director of the Air Quality Life Index at the University of Chicago. Please join the movement to demand clean air from our governments. And please subscribe and follow Bicara Udara for updates on air pollution in Indonesia and for tips on how to get involved.